Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Thursday, and it's September 7th. We got a few economic news releases to go over today, so let's jump right into it. We'll start off with the weekly jobless claims that we get every Thursday. So last week we had 236,000 people apply for unemployment. Forecast for this week was 242,000, and it jumped up 62,000 new people applying for unemployment with 298,000 people applying for total 298,000 people applying for unemployment, and this is obviously due to Hurricane Harvey. So obviously, with the devastation that they've been facing down there, it's put a lot of people out of work. So therefore, they're of course applying for unemployment here. Productivity Q2, we had 0.9% on the first reading of productivity. Forecast was at 1.5% to go up, and it did go up to 1.5%, came in expectations here. On the other hand, we got the unit labor cost. This is kind of an inflationary number that kind of puts, kind of helps us gauge with inflation. So the previous reporting, the first initial one came in at 0.6%, and forecast for second revision was supposed to be at 0.2%, and it came in at 0.2%. So overall, this is something that the Fed's probably going to be looking at their next meeting here in September. There's been a lot of concern about how low inflation is, and they'd like to get it at 2%, but it's been stubbornly low for a while, and it seems to be kind of dropping out. It went all the way up to 1.8, now it's back down to about 1.4%. And when you see stuff like this, unit labor costs and wages aren't going up, it's it's helped pulling inflation down. Obviously, the last thing we want to go is deflation here. So this is something that the Fed will probably have some concerns about as it keeps dropping. And hopefully it's just transitory, and hopefully it will go up. But that's something that the Fed will be looking into here. Let's jump into the headline news. The stock market's up. It kind of went up and down a little bit. It started up, and then it dipped for a little bit, and it came right back up. There are some comments. ECB came out with their announcement with the rates remain unchanged, so they're not changing any rates, of course, and basically no comments really regards to their stimulus package. So right now they're continuing that. Basically stated that they need it. They could increase it if needed. So it looks like things may not be as rosy as we may have hoped for our European counterparts. So basically, sounds like they kind of need the stimulus packages over there. Also, Hurricane Irma, they've been ripping through the Caribbean here, are supposed to hit southern Florida by Sunday approximately. This has been the worst reported hurricane in the Atlantic, off the Atlantic, at 185 miles an hour, and it's Category 5. So our thoughts and prayers are with those people down in southern Florida. We hope, hope for the best in a bad situation. So we're hoping for those people well. And also there's another one within a few days behind it. There's a tropical storm right now, but it could turn into a hurricane, which is Jose, is coming up too. So that's something else, on the hindsight or behind that. If you're looking out further out, that's something else that's coming up as well. Now, North Korea hasn't made news today, but it's on the investors' minds. So that's why I kind of put this in there. Their investors kind of moving their money around. There's a lot of tension between North Korea and the U.S. as of late, especially with the hydrogen bomb testing over the weekend. And now they had their Founders Day, and there's thought that they're going to potentially be testing an ICBM with missile. So again, they're going to be moving their money. They don't want to be caught basically with their pants down with their money in risky assets. So most likely this will probably be probably some shifting and going into more. I think you'll see mortgage-backed securities benefit in a larger way this week as a result, as they position their money out of risky assets into more conservative. Also could be 10-year Treasury could see some of that as well. But again, that's going to be on their thoughts because they don't want to go into a weekend with potentially any scares or more, even worse than their jitters as they are now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bond market. As you can see, we're still with this nice long trend, upward trend. we're basically reaching levels we haven't seen since the November election. So this is obviously good news for people who are looking for mortgages, whether if it's a refinance or purchase. But we are currently up about 27 basis points, which is an improvement from interest rate that kind of obviously rebounded from yesterday. As you can see, yesterday went down. But today we're up about 27 basis. We're touching off the first level of resistance. We're kind of pushing up against that right now. So again, a nice day for improvement on our interest rates today. Let's take a look here at the 10-year Treasury. The 10-year Treasury continues to drop. And again, this is the lowest we've seen the Treasury since the November elections as well. We're down right now at 203. This is the lowest we've seen in 2017, and the lowest again since the elections back in November for this time period. So again, they got a nice downward trend going down here, and right now it's on obviously approximately on the lower end of that trend line. So again, be a little cautious because again the trend line is going downwards, but it's touching the bottom, so there's room for it to go up a little bit as well. Same thing for the bond market as well. All right, so nice day so far for interest rates. That's pretty much concludes it. But if you guys want to get more updates, just go over to Twitter. I do post updates throughout the day on Twitter at Mike Bjork. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. And again, if you guys are ever in need for a mortgage, please feel free to reach out. Via email is the best way to reach me if you're looking to purchase, need pre-approval, and buy a property, or if you're looking to get into a refinance. So a lot of things out there for specialty loans, from jumbos to employers, investor loans out there. We got a lot of different types of loan programs. So basically that's what we do. You guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching. We'll look forward to see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.